Good morning, everybody. Back to not Snatcher, um, Goomber. So Mr. Red Eye yesterday redeemed renamed something in the game reward, and so now the Snatchers are Goombas. So don't be confused by that. Don't be led astray. Goomber TM is a trademark of Konami. I think I'm in the middle of the ending. It felt like we were wrapping everything up, but who knows? So actually, I had to pull like an emulator save here because yeah, I had to cut and run. I hated to do it. I'm sorry, everybody. We had quite a cliffhanger yesterday. So we got to find the right save state. 1 second. Maybe here. Let's find out.
How? How could you do such a thing?
And so for the next 40 years,
Because
I
of
worked
love.
alone in that cold and lonely room under the Kremlin, trying to complete the artificial skin for the Snatchers. For days and days, no one would visit me. I never saw the sun or felt the changing of the seasons. Still, I always had Jamie by my side. You were always there for me to talk to. Just you and I for 40 years in that dark cellar.
Oh, you poor, poor man.
And then, 3 years ago, my research was finally completed. First, I snatched the Siberian Special Investigative Forces to establish a transport route for the Snatchers. And then, to test the effect of large-scale snatch operations, I chose Neokobe City to be my experimental sample. Neokobe is cut off from the surrounding areas, a sort of miniature country in itself, making it a perfect test site. And since it's a melting pot of various races, it would also allow me to gather extensive data on Snatcher modification and operational techniques. In addition, the element of suspicion or mistrust, which runs deep in Japanese culture, was another reason I chose this site.
It also has a river the exact size and shape of the one in Moscow.
Yes, quite unexpected, I'm afraid. All my research for 40 years. I gathered data and worked day and night to find a solution, but nothing seemed to work.
So that's why you decided to bring Professor Modner here, right?
That's correct. I discovered my father in one of the government's hospitals. He was old, but still very sound of mind. Naturally, he would not cooperate with me.
Of course not. He'd never become involved in something like that.
So, unable to receive his assistance, I decided that I had to have yours. But a mistake on my part allowed both you and Gillian to be taken into custody by the authorities first.
Just what are you trying to accomplish, Elijah? You must know you can never get Jamie back.
I'm only interested in discovering what I can of the human animal. In the past, it was because of Jamie. My motive is different now.
It sounds like you're just suffering from the wild arrogance that corrupts so many scientists.
Humans are such weak creatures. No matter how much they trust one another, the tiniest speck of suspicion can destroy it all. Look at how the Snatcher problem has caused such wild unrest. No matter how much science advances or how high we set our ideals, we eventually begin to suspect each other, to hate each other, and then to kill each other. The Snatchers are nothing more than a tool for bringing out this reaction. I am simply using the Snatchers to elicit the true nature of the human animal. I think this experiment has shown me the limits of human society. I sincerely doubt it will be able to reach any greater level of prosperity on its own. If human society ever hopes to reach greater heights, what is needed is an absolute leader, a firm ruler who isn't affected by these trivial episodes of mistrust.
You're crazy if you think people would ever obey Snatchers.
Of course they wouldn't. But if they don't know, they cannot object. There has been a time in every age that the people have longed for a god to lead them. As long as they give the people no reason to suspect them, then they can easily become their gods. Indeed, a new race of super beings. We are almost there. Once we perfect the artificial skin, Snatchers will transcend man to become this planet's true human beings.
But you'll never get your perfect skin now. Professor Modner is dead.
I no longer have any use for my father. I have a sample of the new skin he developed. Once I've analyzed it, I'll be able to make as much as I need. Or if need be, we could simply culture the keratinized cells, epithelial cells, and melanocytes in the quantities that we need.
What are you talking about? How could you get a sample of perfected artificial skin?
Why don't you take a look at this? We found this in the rubble of Queen's Hospital.
Random. Oh, shit.
Random?
No wonder he was so cool. He was a Goomba.
Oh, an acquaintance of yours?
He's a Snatcher?
That term isn't exactly accurate. This bioroid was constructed by my father without my knowledge. He modeled it after me in my youth. He built it right here in this facility. And not only that, he programmed it to destroy Snatchers. This bioroid caused me serious difficulties.
It's the Terminator from Terminator 2.
It's designed and built far better than
The T-800 or whatever. Arnold.
The machine itself thought it was human. My father input memories for it all the way back to childhood. Those too were apparently mine. Haven't you yet realized? Random Hajil is Elijah Modner spelled backwards. How like my father.
It's the first thing I noticed.
He did virtually overnight what I could not do in 40 years of effort. Furthermore, he makes a bioroid so perfect, even the bioroid itself believes itself to be real. What's more, the cells of the skin he developed are self-replicating. Once in place, no further transplants or culturing is necessary.
Is he dead?
Its main and locomotive systems are completely shut down. It's just scrap now. But the artificial skin is being kept alive. This will need.
Beautiful, beautiful skin. It's a game about skin.
We can move to
First and
phase
foremost.
2 of our plan of full-scale infiltration of the world's major nations.
The summit's already over. You'll never succeed.
What does the summit matter? Nothing holds us back now that we have this perfect skin. We can go anywhere we want, and there will be no way to tell us apart. I will have free control over the world. Nothing will be able to stop me. Politics and free thought will no longer have any meaning. My will alone will decide the course of human history.
Who needs politics when you got that beautiful,
Maniac.
beautiful
Do
skin?
you think you can snatch the entire population?
There's a fully automated Snatcher factory under the Kremlin. Even as we speak, scores of new Snatchers are being born.
But no matter how hard you try, you won't be able to snatch the people's heart and soul. What do you hope to gain from this anyway?
Jamie, the human race is composed
You may
of
snatch our
fools.
lives, but you'll never snatch our freedom.
I will be its savior. Indeed, not just of mankind, but of all life on the planet.
I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Metal!
In 10 minutes, this church will be struck by a phased particle beam. I am guiding the beam from the attack satellite using GPS and 15 navigational satellites. The beam cannot miss. And everything in a 2 to 3 kilometer radius from me will be destroyed.
Stop this foolishness now. I will not have my research destroyed by some souped-up pocket calculator.
Metal! What
Oh.
happened at the summit?
Hold on.
The delegates, worried about the Snatcher menace, voted unanimously to allow the use of nuclear weapons on the city. The military is presently imposing a quarantine on Neo-Kobe.
What? Do they intend to kill everybody?
The populace is in a state of panic. However, they have agreed to lift the quarantine if this church is struck by the phased particle beam. This is our last chance.
Souped up pocket calculator. Hey, Sethasor, what's going on?
You two must flee.
You
Rude.
insignificant mass of metal. You'll never...
One move
He's grown old and bitter in his quest for skin.
Metal, this is crazy!
We can't let a single Snatcher get out of here. And this new artificial skin has to be destroyed as well.
Oh shit. Kojima does it again. Look at the cinematic masterpiece. Right? We don't have to dwell on the fact that it's basically Blade Runner Terminator in a blender.
Cowardly little robot.
You always were a real pain in the butt.
Random?
What's that?
He's so fucking cool. Death can't even keep him down.
What? How did... You're supposed to be deactivated.
I don't go down that easy.
Every time somebody says that, it never turns out to be the case.
This foolish...
Honestly, a Blade Runner Terminator anime would kind of slap though. I mean, this is kind of it, and it does. This is awesome.
You touch the little guy and the old man's head comes off. Random. I've always hated being used. Why don't you watch the final act with me?
Gillian, you only have 5 minutes. The turbo cycle is just outside on standby. Use that to flee.
Let me go. I'm Elijah Modner. I'm your original.
I don't care if I'm an original or a copy or what. You and I are gonna die right here. If we both die, there won't be a copy anymore now, will there?
The stupid
It's got you there.
logic of a simpleton, of a machine.
Whatever it is.
3 streams.
it's my
Ah,
will.
so great having you.
Machines have no
Thanks for
will.
coming.
Machines cannot sacrifice
How's Deus Ex going?
themselves.
We'll see about that.
You have 4 minutes. You must go. And don't forget to take care of the factory under the Kremlin.
Stop!
Gillian, even if these memories in my head are fiction,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Our memories of our time together are all too real, Random.
Gillian, you become one hell of a junker.
Gillian, it has been most recreational being your partner.
Oh, metal.
If you can, try to pick up the pieces for me, okay? Like we did for Little John.
Little John? Oh. Okay, Metal.
I'm not gonna lie, you're kind of a little asshole, but I'm gonna miss you.
Thanks. Thanks, you
I'm gonna
two.
miss you.
Jamie, come on.
Random, man, a character so damn cool, he sacrifices himself
No.
twice.
Don't let her go. No!
You pathetic old fool. You don't even know how to love someone.
You stupid machine. What is that idiotic grin supposed to mean?
By snatching you, I'm finally gonna get my real self back.
Random, there's less than 1 minute to go. Thanks to you, everything will be fine.
You don't owe me any thanks. Sorry to get you involved in such a big job. You did great. You're a hell of a junker.
3, 2,
You just used that line on Gillian.
here it comes!
Later, kid!
Oh no. Random. All these moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. All of these copyright infringements.
Really going, aren't you?
It's our
I've seen
responsibility, too.
copyright violations off the.
Moscow, I may get some
I'm
of
trying to
my
remember the
memory
exact
back.
quote. I can't do it.
And if that happens, I'll be able to love you even more than I do now. Wait for me. I want to be with you, but first I've got to destroy this terrible factory.
First, I've got a
of
date
yours.
with Mika.
Jamie, when I get back, let's try living together again. What do you say?
We'll be waiting for you too.
Katrina! Mika!
This is awkward. All the women I've hounded over the course of the game.
I'm happy you came. Let me introduce my wife.
Jamie Seed.
Wife.
I suppose it's a little odd introducing myself a second time, though.
What do you mean? You've never met them before, have you?
What are you talking about, Gillian? We're good friends.
Huh? Since when?
Awkward.
It's the first time I've met her in person, but I've spoken with her.
Hey,
on
Magic
the
Job.
phone a lot
What'd you
of
miss?
times.
What?
Everything.
Have
Skin.
you guys been talking
A lot
about
of skin.
me behind my back?
But yeah, how do you sum it up? CIA agent in Moscow, frozen, thawed out, decades in the future. A little bit of that. Android snatchers, bitter old scientist, arrogant, mad in the pursuit of, his studies and his science, and just obsessed with Jamie. And yeah, they tried to snatch us, and just courageous self-sacrifice by two characters together, Metal and Random. They're gone, and now here we are with all of our the object of our pursuit. We've been such a creep to all these women. I'm sure they had a lot to talk about when they hung out. Sounds like a modern day Deuce Bigelow. Basically. Let's talk to Mika. Trying to learn more about you was what got our relationship started. How about Katrina? I was telling Mika about how lonely it was being home alone all the time, and she told me that Jamie was always worried about me, so I gave her a video phone call. I see. One final look. She's done a really great job. I owe her a lot of thanks. Don't worry, Mika. This is one job I won't mess up. Who snatches the snatchers? Who goombas the goombers? It's a rule. I'm actually not supposed to say that word. I mean, who goombas the goombers? Yeah. Mr. Red-Eye changed. He did Channel Point Redeem. Changed the name of snatchers in the game. They are goombas and nothing but. Hey, SimCity, what's going on? What up? Welcome. You, I think, are here for the end of Snatcher. I don't know. Like, are we going off on another mission? But this feels like the end. But we do have the factory. I'm really sorry for all the worry I've caused you. Let's just keep looking. By the time I return, I'll probably have my memory back. Don't worry. I promise to make you happy. All of you. So about that dinner, Mika. This kid has had such a rough time. She lost almost everything practically overnight. You might be a bit lonely for a while, but I'll be back soon. Hang in there. What will they ever do without you? Before I knew it, we really became close, didn't we? With even Alice gone, oh, you found your dead dog? I was really lonely. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I just kind of left. I didn't tell you about it, and I just left it there in the middle of the study with all its like guts on the floor. Yeah. Katrina. They're both so easy to talk to. It's like I've got two real sisters now. Gillian. Tread lightly. Our relationship has gone beyond just being friends. Beyond just friends? That sounds pretty good to me. Just keep talking? Oh. I just couldn't stand to leave such a cute kid all by herself. Oh, don't be stupid, Gillian. You have a warped mind sometimes, you know. They're just like family to me now. There she is. I don't care if you get your memory back or not. Why? Because getting your memory back will mean that you'll remember those things about me that you hated. Things I hated? What are you talking about? Dealing with each other's imperfections is part of what being married is all about, Jamie. Gillian. Take, for instance, my imperfections. How I hit on every woman that crosses my path, even though I'm married to you. Don't worry, no memories will change how I feel about you. Thank you, Gillian. It's good to hear you say that.
So have they finalized what they're going to do about Junker operations? I suppose this will end up being our last mission, huh?
Well, originally they were planning on disbanding the team, but now they've decided to keep us in business.
So that means...
That's right. We've been designated as one of the government's special police divisions. That puts us above the regular cops.
So the government has decided that crime by machines poses a bigger threat than crime by humans from here on out, huh?
They've chosen the new chief, too. So when you get back, you'll get to meet the new head honcho.
Well, it's comforting to know I've got a place I can come back to.
Have a safe trip, Second Lieutenant Seed. I'm a second lieutenant as well, so let's try to work well together when you get back. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. What? I'm a second lieutenant? How come my rank is even lower than what I had in the army, eh?
Whatever you do, just come home safe, okay?
When you get back from this job, you still have a dinner date to keep with me, you know.
Don't worry. I won't forget my promises to either.
My wife's right here.
Of course, I want to spend some private moments with my wife, too, huh? What's wrong, Jamie?
Oh, man.
Harry and I will be waiting for you to get home.
That's Harry's hat.
We can do it this time, Gillian. Not some fake couple like before, but with love and trust.
I know, Jamie.
Take care, Gillian.
I'll see you, Jamie.
I love when the sync is perfectly off. What? It's a Sega CD.
You? Metal?
Yes, sir. We didn't have a good frame to work with, so this is just a temporary body. Just call me Metal Gear, Sega CD for now.
That much of you survived? Well, then probably a lot of Snatchers did too, right? I mean, Goombas.
Random, huh? Wait a second. I've heard that sneeze somewhere before.
Yeah, Napoleon.
Hear anything? Anyway, I want to know if you'll take me with you. Please, Gillian, please take me with you.
Hurry up and get on board, partner.
Yes, sir, Gillian.
The blast was pinpointed to Metal Gear. If anything were gonna take the the brunt of the force, it would have been Metal Gear, and Metal Gear survived. So what was the point? Because like, obviously other things made it through that blast, then, right? It's like the end of Terminator 2, and it's like, yeah, I need to like submerge myself in lava. There can't be any record, but maybe I'll just like dip my toes in and call it a day. You know? It's like, well, then what was the point? Throughout history, suspicion.
Throughout history, suspicion has always
Go for it.
bred conflict. The real conflict, though, resides in people's hearts. This conflict has just begun.
So okay. No wonder I had, there he is. Wait, what's the time? 40 minutes. And I had a lot of ending I did yesterday. That's why I had to cut off the stream. So that was basically like a full hour of ending. I just, that's pretty amazing, like, right? Like back on the Sega CD, that would have been my shit, right? If I'd played this in 1992 and had a full like movie length ending to enjoy, would have blown my little mind. Definitely made infidelity a central theme. Yeah, what are the themes of the game? Well, snatching, of course. So, skin, infidelity, conflict, of course. The conflict in people's hearts, suspicion, right? We're just getting out there and mixing it up, you know? Also, like, it's weird to have a game that's like, its final message is like, suspicion of your fellow human. That's an issue. But the whole game is built on the idea of like, but you don't know who's been snatched. You don't know who you can trust. So be suspicious. But that's the conflict in people's hearts, right? And that's why the conflict has just begun. It's sort of like they're at odds with one another. You can't help but be conflicted because you don't want to be suspicious of your fellow human, but you need to be for your own safety so that you don't get snatched. Unless you're tall enough, because they can only go up to 180 centimeters. If you're taller than that, good to go. That was a hell of a game. I loved it. And then, so basically the final boss was like the little insectoid fuckers, and then a batch of Goombas in the back there. So that's why it took me like 20 minutes to get through it. It was the final boss, see, right? It's okay. I'm not really that bad. It's just, it's the final challenge. There's our friend Rutger Hauer. Lucy Childs, Ray Van Steens, Random Hachil. Do we know any of these actors? Ray Van Steen did a lot of work on this, huh? And Jim Parks. I'm seeing some of the same names. Uh-huh. So it's okay, right? We had the same voice actress doing multiple women in the game, so really I wasn't like, it wasn't infidelity. I was sort of hitting on the same person. Yeah? Ray Van Steen, MVP? Fortune teller. Who is the fortune teller? The gang's all here. Random. I miss you, buddy. Back when Konami believed in things. Take me back. Is this one of those? Oh no, okay, we can go back. Oh, so I guess I looked at the wrong... Oh, I did. So it wasn't 40 minutes. It was like 30 minutes, say, for the ending. Okay. But given the portion I did yesterday, it's still pretty close to movie length. It was something. Okay. I love that. That's like a 10 out of 10 game for me. That just checked all the boxes. I love old adventure games like that. The story was very cool. I love the world. And just like... really ambitious, and right, the level of cinematics, voice acting. I guess it's 94 is what I'm seeing here, but I thought it was 92 for Sega CD. Anyway, the original game like 88. I can't wait to go through the other versions. So part of the continued Kojima exploration will be playing Snatcher on PC Engine and also Sega Saturn, to see how they differ. And I'll probably be able to make sense of it now that I've gone through the game once, because it's going to be in Japanese, because those versions do not have English. So, all right. we finished the Kojima ending. I've got some time left. Let's play some Deus Ex. I'm gonna switch the game, and I'll be back in just like a minute or two. And yeah, we'll do that. So, see y'all then. Give me just 1 minute.